I was having a problem with my 1995 Rialta, which is based on a EuroVan chassis, and it was hesitating on acceleration. So I took it to the mechanic, and he basically said I needed a full tune-up. I'd replace the cap, the rotor, the spark plugs, the ignition coil, and he was going to charge me $700 for that. Well, that was too much, man. So what I did instead is I went to Amazon and I bought all the parts recommended for about $75. So, gee, that was a lot cheaper. You can get some of these things like the spark plug wires, like this AC Delco. That was like $18 versus $100, and it does seem to be genuine. So, don't know how they did that, but so I got some tips on how to replace this distributor cap because that was kind of tough in the 1995 EuroVan. There's a black cap that's on top of this thing when you pull it out, and you have to just basically put some screwdrivers in the edges, and then use a hammer to get the black cap part off. So that's how I just pounded away at. Put some screws, some miniature screwdrivers to hold the clips away, and then just started pounding away with the hammer. And the other problem that I encountered is that when you take this thing off, the rear clip is ridiculously hard to take off. So what you do is you get like a stubby screwdriver and you stick it in the back, and then you can get enough leverage to remove it. And the hardest thing is actually getting the cap back on with the clips. So the front clip isn't that bad to get on. You just have to push it really hard with your thumbs, but the rear clip is almost impossible to get on. So what I did there was I took a long screwdriver and I dropped it in behind the clip, and so then I was able to grab hold of the top and the bottom of the screwdriver against the clip and then push it in, and that was enough force to cause the clip to come in. Now another problem I had was that when I was changing the wires, I kind of lost track of which wire went to what plug here. So the secret here is that this is the firing order. So like this is the number 1 cylinder, that's the number 2 cylinder, that's the number 4 cylinder, that's the number 3 cylinder, and that's the number no, that's number 5 cylinder, and that's the number 3 cylinder. And now it's back to 1. So it's 1, 2, one of those is 4, 5, 3, 1. Okay, so that's the order if you get lost. Also in the wiring loom, the wires go from top to bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can also figure out that at least that's the way it should be. Okay, so those are my tips for saving yourself $700. And probably the problem here is that there was an arc. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there's an arc there between the center and that anode. So that was probably causing my hesitation problem. So probably if they would have just replaced this cap, that probably would have fixed the problem. But no, they wanted to make me replace all this stuff here anyways. So, but it did seem to fix the problem. My Rialta is not hesitating anymore, and I didn't have to spend $700. But it was kind of difficult getting this cap on and getting confused about the firing order. So hopefully this will help you out.